Hello guys and welcome to a mystery unboxing. Now this is an actual mystery. I have no idea what is inside of this box. The fantastic team at Battlefront said that they wanted to send me a mystery box, specifically Daniel. So thank you so much, Daniel. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's inside of this box. I have no clue. So we're going to open up and we're going to see what they sent in here. If you want to have a quick look at the box size. Interesting. There's a bit of a rattle in there, so we'll have a look at what they've sent inside. Now I have actually cut it open, but I haven't seen what's inside of there. So let's have a look. Let's make sure I can actually open this box up properly. Oh, interesting. We've got a few bits in here. Oh, let's discard the box. Special little letter too. So let's have a look at what's in the letter. All right, I thought I'd read that just to make sure that there was nothing that I shouldn't be saying, which there isn't. So we've got Christian. We want to start by congratulating you of all of your success with Painting Panzers so far. Your contributions to the scale modelling and wargaming community are invaluable, and both a better place for your presence with them. That is really nice. Thanks, guys. That's really, really sweet of you. A painting guide fit for a queen. We've just released a brand new supplement that allows players to field Matildas in North Africa. After seeing your wonderful BF painting guides following our early war launch earlier this year, we knew we needed to get in touch. With that in mind, you're probably wondering what's in the care package in front of you. Yeah, we would like to know, guys. Come on. Inside your care package, you've got a Matilda 2, a North Africa Mid-War Forces book, and a new supplement to add Matildas to British forces in North Africa. I actually saw that on Facebook. It's such a cool addition. Matildas are awesome. Probably one of my favourite British tanks, so that's awesome. I don't have any Matilda 2s anymore. Your missions. I've been given a mission. The Queen of the Desert deserves only the best, so we'd love to see a painting guide for players to reference when they're planning to field their Matilda tanks in the desert. Now, funny story, guys. Before I actually started YouTubing, I'm pretty sure I wrote a guide on how I painted Matilda 2s on Facebook. I'm going to see if I can insert that post here, because it would be from 2020 or something like that. Thank you for choosing to cover Flames War. We appreciate it more than you know. We can't wait to see the results from the mission, and we're excited for more collaborations down the road. Yours, Battlefront Miniatures. Thank you so much, guys. This is awesome. Very different. I've never done anything like this before. It's a proper mystery. So let's open it up. I'm sure you guys probably know what's inside there. I love the wrapping and the old style letter. It's so cool. Let's have a look. This sort of stuff normally defeats me. So whoever wrapped it, congratulations, you did a fantastic job. All right, so we'll look at the Matildas and the book in a little bit more detail in a second, but there we go, that's what we've got. We've got the actual main book underneath all of this. And it's a big book. This is like the nice hardback old school style V3 books. Well, they're not old school style anymore because they're doing those now. So there's the two. So this is, I believe, the Matilda Armoured Squadron. So in there, they've kindly printed out the new editions, and they're going to be fantastic for your mid-war Brits to give them some additional armor, some heavy armor as well. Yeah, we'll look at these in more detail. I won't go from now on the screen here. We'll go onto a different screen in a second. But I think Battlefront are really trying to get me to paint a North Africa army by the sounds of things, and I might have to comply. The book, a lot of you guys will be familiar with that already, but yeah, a big book. Yeah, and I love these books. The hardback books are absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you can see much, but they're just absolutely chockers full of detail. This is the combination of multiple different books. So you've got the Axis and Allies in there. I've always been tempted with an Italian list as well. And yeah, love all the painting guides and stuff that's in here as well. It's a really good example of what they've got there. Brilliant stuff. And then we've got the Matildas. So we'll open this up, or Matilda, I should say. We'll open this up and we'll have a look. But I want to know in the comments section, and if anyone from Battlefront's watching this, how do you want this painted up? Let me know. But yeah, let's take a quick look at what the Matilda looks like, and maybe we'll take a few shots of inside of the book. But yeah, really thankful for this Battlefront. It's really cool. Mystery boxes, a pure mystery box too. Yeah, it's very, very nice of you. Thank you so much. Now, I did want to go through the book in a sort of PDF or scanned version, but I think I might actually save that for a future video because the book is almost 300 pages in length. So we could actually take a pretty deep dive into it without revealing too much. But we'll just have a very brief look at what you get just from taking pictures I found on the Flames of War website. But just in short, as I said, the book is just under 300 pages, so it's massive. It's mammoth as a book, and it's hardback too, so it's a really good book. It has the Africa Corps, which is obviously German, the Avanti for the Italians, Armoured Fist for the British, and Fighting First for the US. So all four nations or nationalities are covered in the book, as well as some painting guides, historical information, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's a huge book, but we'll go into that in a lot more detail in a future video if I can get my hands on a PDF copy. So with the book slightly covered very briefly, I'm going to take a look at the Matilda. Now the Matilda is probably one of my favorite British tanks of the war. It's just a very good looking tank. I don't know why, it just looks very, very nice in my opinion, at least anyway. And the particular model that Flames War have sent me is absolutely beautiful. A lot of these new resin vehicles, so I say new because Battlefront did release a lot of these back in the day, and some of them were hit and miss. You got a bit of resin here, a bit of resin there stuck on there. You had to do a lot of filing. Sometimes you really struggled to get the metal tracks to fit on the resin body. But looking at this resin model, it is absolutely beautiful. There's almost no cleanup involved. It looks great. The details are all very, very nice. The body looks awesome. All the hatches are visible. Yeah, so really, really well done. The turret is great as well, and then you've got all the little metal parts, which are also in a really, really good condition. I don't think I've been sent a special one because it's just your typical sort of blister, so I think this is the sort of quality you can expect from buying these new Flames of War resin vehicles. Yeah, just the direction in which Flames War are going, or Battlefront I should say, are going lately is just really, really impressive, and this is just another huge tick. The resin vehicles back in the day were awesome, but very hit and miss with some of them that arrived. This particular new one is absolutely fantastic, as I've already mentioned. Yeah, big thumbs up. Guys, I can't wait to paint this little challenge that you guys have set me. I really can't wait to get some paint on this Matilda. But talking about Matildas, we need to look at how I would approach building a force with Matilda. So let's have a look at what I'll do. Now, as I've mentioned, the North Africa book covers the Armoured Fist, which is the British or the Commonwealth forces. Let's say Commonwealth because it's not fair on the allies of the Commonwealth nations that were part of the Armoured Fist or North Africa. So let's say Armoured Fist for the Commonwealth nations, but we're going to be talking about the Matilda Armoured Squadron, which is a new addition to this Armoured Fist force builder. So I'm going to be using 100 points as the photo would suggest, and this is what I'm going to be dealing with for now. So I've got with the Matilda Armoured Squadron, but then you can see I've also got some 25 pounders universal carriers, 17 25 pounders, a honey armoured troop, as well as a honey OP, a rifle platoon as well. I haven't put in any command cards and such because I just wanted to focus on the actual models themselves. Now, the Matilda Armoured Squadron is made up of the Squadron HQ, the Matilda Armoured Troop, and the Matilda Armoured Troop or Valentine 2. So those black boxes are compulsory. You must take those. If there's two options, you take one or the other, you don't take both. And then the light grey option is an additional option if you want to take it. So let's have a look at the headquarters. Now, the headquarters consists of two options. You can take a Matilda plus 2 Matilda CS, so that's the close support, so they've got a 3-inch gun on them opposed to that 2-pounder, or you can take one 2-pounder, and as you can see, the points are drastically different. You can take one Matilda 2-pounder for 6 points, or you can take the 3 Matildas for 22 points. Now I've selected the 22 points option only because I think the CS gun is bloody awesome. It looks so cool. Obviously, if you're a bit tight for money, you don't want to be buying too many tanks, so you might just want to go with the 1 HQ, especially if you're tight for points as well. But you know what, I like to go crazy, so the CS option is what I want to do. So the motivation is 4, and they counter attack on a 3 because it's an infantry tank, so they're meant to be supporting infantry, so bear that one in mind when you're building this list. These aren't going to be going after tanks as such, these are meant to be supporting your infantry. They're skilled 4 and they are hit on a 4, which is great. The armor is 7 and the side and rear is 6, so it's pretty good armor for mid-war, to be fair, and the top of 2, so it's going to take a lot of punishments. It's almost like the lead into the Churchill tank that the British got in the late war. Even though they get them in mid-war, they're very expensive. The late war infantry tank, it's just there to absorb a load of hits and support the infantry. So the 2-pounder has a rate of fire of 2, halted, rate of fire of 1, moving. It has no HE, 5 power of 4 plus with an anti-tank of 7, so it's not the best, but you know what, it's pretty good for its role, at least anyway, in that infantry support role. Now the CS has artillery, which is great. It can also fire smoke, which is another fantastic addition. It has an anti-tank of 2 in the artillery bombardment, and it has a 5 power of 4. Now if you get close enough with that 16-inch option, you can actually fire this direct fire. It can also direct fire smoke too, and it's got an anti-tank rating of 5 but a 5 power of 3 plus, so it can do some damage to those lighter armored vehicles. And then obviously they've got the MGs. Now moving on to the next option, which was we could only select the Matilda armored troops. So we're going to go with the Matilda, 3 Matildas for 18 points that are 2 pounds. You don't get any CS options in this one, so yeah, for 18 points that's what we're going to go with. Now with the last black box option, I've got to select a Matildas or a Valentine. I've decided to pick the Valentines only because I'm getting very tight for points. Now the 3 Valentines have the exact same gun as the Matildas, except they're overworked, so it's just a slight penalty on that one. But the stats are similar in terms of their motivation and skill, so their assault isn't as good because they're considered more of a tank unit than an infantry support tank, and their armor is slightly worse, the front of 6, side and rear of 6, and top of 1, but it's still actually pretty good considering, so I'm not too bothered about that. I think it would make a pretty nice tank just to get a little bit of support on the table for a relatively cheap cost. Now I'm going to go back to out of the actual core formation and look at some of the support options. So to start off with, I'm going to go with this 1725 pounder anti-tank troop. For 3 of those, that's 11 points. I feel like I'm going to need these, obviously depending on if I'm defending or attacking, but I'm lacking heavy AT, and I don't really want to go too tank heavy now because I've already got enough infantry support tanks. So I've really got to start looking at, am I going to be more infantry based or tank based? Having all these infantry tanks is probably going to be infantry. So the 1725 pounders have an anti-tank of 12 and a 5 power of 3 plus. They don't have HE, but that's fine. They're going to be firing at tanks, obviously. Motivation of 3 and their veteran skill of 3. So yeah, really good set of anti-tank there. I've gone with 3. I don't want 2 just in case I lose one and the other one decides to run away, although the motivation is still pretty good. I just don't want to take that risk. For the extra 3 points, it might be worth taking 4 guns though, because this anti-tank 12 in mid-war is pretty bloody good, especially if you're going up against Russians with their KVs or a Tiger tank, for example. Now, it wouldn't be a British force without some 25 pounders, so I've included those for 14 points, 4 for 14 points. I don't want to take 2 because you're going to have to take the penalty for taking 2 guns, so I'm going to go with a troop of 4 guns, same sort of skills as the 1725 pounders, and they've got anti-tank of 3, 5 power 4 plus for when they're firing artillery, but they can direct fire at 24 inches of an anti-tank of 9 and 5 power 3 plus. So you could also use those in the support sort of role if the enemy decides to get close enough. Naturally, I'm going to take the Honey OP as well. I think it's good to always have an OP or an observation post. This can also use its cannon, which is a nice little addition. Again, no HE, so you're starting to see a trend here. The British don't really have many vehicles that have HE, but you know what, we'll make do. The stats are good, except their last standing counterattack is pretty poor. But yeah, I like the fact you can still use the cannon as well. Now, being an infantry sort of focused list, I'm thinking I'm going to go with the rifle platoon. I did consider the commandos, but British infantry in mid-war is actually really strong. Their assault on a 3+ and their counterattack on a 3+, so they're almost like the Japanese infantry of the mid-war period. They're just a very good assaulting force. So if you can get these infantry in close with those Matildas, then you're really going to have a really good time trying to capture objectives and stuff, because they're going to be really strong, especially with the support of the Matildas. So just bear that one in mind. And the stats are equally good: trained on 4 and confident on 4 as well. And then they've included the Boyd's anti-tank rifle, which is piss weak, and then a 2-inch mortar, which is good for smoking. And then for 7 points, I think it's a good addition to include the Honey Armoured Troop, just a little extra support, or just something for the enemy to sort of use as cannon fodder. They've got an anti-tank of 7 and firepower of 4+, so it'd be good at taking out lighter tanks, recce vehicles, that kind of thing, and also supporting the Matildas. The only problem is they're hit on a 3+, so be careful with how you're using them. And their front armor is 3, side and rear 2, and top 1, so it's probably going to be easily penetrated. So yeah, as I said, it's more as cannon fodder as opposed to something that I'm really going to be relying on to do some heavy hitting for me. But as long as you kill 7 points, the way you got to look at this, if you purchase them with 7 points, you want to make sure you at least equal that in kills. So if you can get 7 points of kills using these, so that's just like a recce unit and maybe another recce unit or something like that, then you're good. And this is going to be perfect to versing when it comes against a recce unit, for example. And then finally, I'm going to be using the Universal Carrier Patrol. I just like the fact it's Scout and Spearhead, and they just look cool, right? You've got to have some Universal Carriers if you're playing British. Stats are pretty poor, but you're not using them for that. They can Spearhead and Scout, so yeah, perfect. I'm not going to include the AT Rifles just because I've run out of points. I've hit my 100-point barrier. And then there we go, there's the 100-point list. Now obviously this is a list that I've made pretty quickly. It's actually a bit of a head scratcher going with the Matilda option. I'm almost inclined to get rid of the HQ and just go with one Matilda and then throw in another troop, just because I feel like it's going to be pretty easy to break this formation if I lose a troop or two. But I'm just putting the feelers out there. I haven't really considered doing a Matilda force before, but perhaps this is something I should do. But let me know in the comments section what you would do with your force and how you found this video. I really enjoyed the unboxing, and it's a massive morale booster from the teams at Battlefront for sending me out this box set, or this mystery box. It's been a really fun video to make, and I really can't wait to do more in the future. But for now, I've got to get some paint on this Matilda, so let me know in the comment section how you want me to paint this too. God, I'm asking you to comment a lot, but please do. I really would like to know how you want this painted. But other than that, I'm going to leave it here. I'll wait for those comments in the comment section, and I'll catch you at the next one.